Sleep apnea can be one of the most difficult VA claims to make. This is especially true if you were diagnosed with sleep apnea after your military service. But a Nexus letter can help your claim significantly. Today I'm going to be describing how to get a good Nexus letter for sleep apnea. Before I do, here's your reminder to like this video if you find it useful. That way, other veterans who are struggling with sleep apnea can find it too. VA's 2023 annual report showed that sleep apnea was the most common respiratory disability among veterans receiving benefits. Over 500,000 veterans receive compensation for sleep apnea. One thing we at CCK have observed from all of these successful sleep apnea cases is that a Nexus letter can be a great way to show service connection. So what is a Nexus letter? A Nexus letter is a written opinion from a competent medical professional. It should cover at least two things. First, that you've been diagnosed with sleep apnea, and second, whether your sleep apnea is at least as likely as not the result of an in-service event, injury, or illness. That phrase, at least as likely as not, is very important because it's VA's standard of proof. This language helps VA know that there's a connection between sleep apnea and your service, which is one of the most difficult components of a sleep apnea claim to prove. To obtain a Nexus letter for sleep apnea, you first need to find a medical professional qualified to write the letter. Although VA examiners and VA contracted examiners will provide a compensation and pension exam when the VA requests one, a veteran can and should still consult with private or independent medical professionals if they want to obtain a Nexus letter that will add more helpful evidence to their claims file. After you find a doctor, you need to begin gathering supporting evidence. Your physician may want to see a sleep study, your medical history, or your service records. You should also think about anything else that might be relevant to your case, like VA decisions or prior sleep studies. Finally, you'll need to work with your physician to make sure that the Nexus letter that they prepare actually meets your needs. A good Nexus letter will describe the doctor's credentials, the opinion offered, and the evidence reviewed. It will include key VA language like the at least as likely as not standard that I mentioned earlier. A good Nexus letter should also explain the impact that your sleep apnea has had on your life. Your Nexus letter should link your diagnosis to things that you experienced during service. For example, if you were exposed to burn pits, your Nexus letter might talk about how the toxins from the pits affected your airway, and then how you later developed sleep apnea. Another example is with traumatic brain injuries. Veterans with brain injuries may experience central sleep apnea. This condition happens when a brain is not transmitting the proper signals to the breathing muscles during sleep. Therefore, the doctor writing your Nexus letter can make a determination that your traumatic brain injury is at least as likely as not the cause of your sleep apnea. In our experience, we know that sleep apnea cases can be hard to win. So if you're struggling to appeal a sleep apnea denial, you don't have to go through the fight alone. We've had many successes appealing negative VA decisions on sleep apnea cases. When you're going through an appeal, it can be really helpful to have an advocate on your side who knows the law. Check out the link in the video description to get in touch with us for a free case evaluation. And finally, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss the latest updates about VA disability benefits. Take care.